Hello, today we are doing Dementia Module 4, Challenging Behaviors. We are continuing to use Dementia Level 1, Capable of Caregiving, and this is the last section. If you want to order this book, you can do it on this phone number, or you can order it on this website, or I also have the book. I email you the PowerPoint so you can follow me through. Approaching behaviors. Your primary responsibility is to manage behaviors calmly and supportively. Please remember that. And without letting your personal reaction come into play. When dealing with behaviors, adhere to the process of taking a moment to pause, identifying the problem, and then taking appropriate action. So the actions we have to do: stop, identify, and take action. The first step is stop. When confronted with unexpected or challenging behavior, it's essential to pause and distance yourself from the immediate situation. Take a moment to compose yourself and regain your focus. Understand that there is always an underlying cause for each behavior. Responding to challenging behaviors necessitates a level of self-control and discipline. So you always need to have a self-control and discipline. The most effective approach is to refrain from immediate reaction and instead carefully consider your response, allowing for a more thoughtful and constructive interaction. So you need to learn the calming techniques in here in the stop. Take a few deep breaths, or you can count to 10. Separate the behavior from the person. It's not personal. Recognize it is not about you. Imagine something that gives you a feeling of calm, and repeat a phrase to make yourself strong. I am calm and positive in a difficult situation. I am calm and positive in a difficult situation. You're using all these techniques to calm yourself when you see something unexpected, challenging behavior. If you cannot calm yourself, take some break or ask for help. It's better to walk away for a few minutes and collect yourself than risk reaching and making a situation worse. The next step is identify. Figure out what's happening, Identify what's happening, what's the problem. Identify what caused or triggered the problem. When you see a change that concerns you, remain emotionally available to the individual. So show your genuine interest and concern and listen to what the person is communicating through body language, words, and emotions and behind their actions. There are some common triggers that may cause behavior. They're like physical triggers, there are environmental triggers, and emotional triggers. The physical triggers are like infection, pain, medication side effects, dehydration, hunger, trust, fatigue, recent injury, incontinence, constipation, uncomfortable clothing, reaction to care being given unmet, and a lot of unmet physical needs. The environmental are like, example, too much noise or people in the area. The temperature is too hot or too cold. Something new to the environment. Maybe lack of privacy or too bright or too dark. Full moon or sun setting. Maybe it's a shift change. When you see the emotional, it can be change in a routine. It can be recent big changes or losses. It can be difficulty with families or friends. It can be depression, boredom, anxiety, fear, loneliness, and lack of intimacy. The perspective individual you are caring for is what's important when looking for possible triggers. So all these triggers will help you to identify what's going on, what happened. And other things to look for are like what happened just before the behavior start. You just starting thinking there are too many things can happen. What did it occur? What's happening in the person living space? Is this new behavior? Are there any certain actions that make it worse? The best way to deal with challenging behavior is to adapt as you go to each individual and situation. Respectively steers individual away from what triggers the behavior. Willing to do something different if what you tried does not seem to be working is okay. So we are using these three methods to challenging behaviors. First, stop. Then you need to calm yourself and identify, and you need to know the triggers to identify, and then action is the last one. When we are doing the action, we need to understand some things. When we try to solve the problem, like we need to minimize or eliminate the trigger. What's making this thing to happen? We identify it here. We identify right here. Then now we're trying to get rid of it. If we can. It's good to minimize it. The best is to eliminate it. You got a big square and minimize it. You got a lot of squares. So try to minimize it. Adapt the individual and their routine. Be aware and observant of subtle details. Example, what kind of things or situations makes the individual angry? What pace of activity is comfortable for the individual? Is there anything unique to the individual culture? You need to adapt. You go to the new way, from old way to the new way. What are the things you need to adapt to the individual culture? And give space. Give 5 to 10 minutes to the individual to calm him or her down. Sometimes a space is better. And reassure. Listen. Let the individual talk about their feeling. Be understanding and sympathetic. Maintain clear boundaries if you are treated with disrespect. Soothe and comfort. Slow down your own movement and energy. Try to show any anxiety or other intense emotions. Validate the person's feeling. Speak slowly, softly, with a low pitch, and a reassuring tone. Offer things that can comfort the individual. Example, a cup of tea, a favorite show. Reduce distractions or loud background noises as much as possible. Play relaxation or anti-anxiety music or meditation. All these things can help the person on the last step. Distract or redirect if you can. Offer choices, example, favorite activity, walk, snack, beverages. Change the conversation to something positive. Encourage the person to take several deep breaths and reinforce positive behaviors. Encourage, listen, use praise, reinforcement, positive behavior. Happy reminders like family pictures, engage in healthy behaviors, in diet, exercise, or socializing with other people. Encourage. Protect and support others being impacted by the behavior. If you need help, get it. Self-care is very important for the caregivers. You need to replenish your emotional reserve after handling stressful behaviors. This requires self-care. Take time to manage your feeling. You need to take care of yourself. Then after you finish, you document. It's good to share what you experienced, what actions you took, and what did and did not work. Write down what happened and what action you took. That gives everyone a record of what happens and what they can use for the next time. So this is how to manage challenging behaviors. If you watched my mental health video, it has approaches on module 5. It's very similar. The same methods. You are using the same methods. Okay, lesson 11. Tips for dealing with specific challenging behaviors. This one is the book talks about, they did research and there are some behaviors behaviors that are very common with dementia people. So we are going to talk about it right now. These methods that we are talking about, they are not the only ways to deal with it. There is no one size fits all solution, and we are trying to mention them, but you can do any additional ways to solve it. And if something is not solvable and it's a crisis, please call 911. The first one is anger. In many situations, it's important to remember that someone's anger may not be directed at you personally. Most of the time, some dementia people have anger, but it's not about you. When you find yourself dealing with an angry individual, the way you approach them matters significantly. Effective communication starts with listening attentively, giving them the space to express their anger before offering a response. Pay close attention to the emotion driving their actions and words, as well as any environmental factors that might be contributing to their distress, like physical comfort or pain. Respect their autonomy. They have the right to say no or ask you to leave if they choose so. These people are getting very angry. That's why I put this. Let them know you understand their anger. Seek common grounds to foster a more constructive conversation. It's also crucial to empower them by allowing them to make decisions and maintain a sense of control over the situation. Offer support in regaining the control by asking if there is anything that would help them feel better. Additionally, consider offering alternative outlets for expressing anger as a means of redirecting the energy towards healthier resolution. Ultimately, the key is to approach anger with empathy, communication, and commitment to ensuring the safety and well being of everyone involved. If it becomes evident that anger is escalating beyond control, or if there is a concern for the safety of yourself or others, seek help immediately. Next one is combative. Some dementia people are combative during personal care. When providing care to individuals who may exhibit physical aggressions like hitting, shoving, scratching, biting, pinching, it's crucial to approach the situation with a sensitivity and respect. Begin by seeking permission before entering their personal space. Acknowledge their autonomy and boundaries. Listening attentively to the person is essential, as their needs and preferences may change. Clearly explain your intention and action before proceeding with any care tasks, ensuring they were aware of what to expect. If the person expressed discomfort or resistance, be willing to come back. Give them space. Involve someone else to assist if you have to. Offer them the option to participate in or all part of the task themselves. This approach prioritizes their consent, dignity, and comfort throughout the care process. Crying and tearfulness. Whether crying is explainable or seems to emerge without a clear reason, it's crucial to respond with empathy and understanding. Start by validating the person's emotions, recognizing that their feelings are legitimate and warrant acknowledgement. Take the initiative to explore the underlying cause of their tears, engaging in a gentle conversation to uncover any concerns or triggers. Alongside emotional support, consider offering physical comfort, such as comforting a hug or holding their hand, or to provide a tangible sense of reassurance and connection. This approach aims to address both emotional and physical aspects of the distress, creating a supportive and compassionate atmosphere for the individual experiencing the sadness. Disrobing in public is very common. When a person with dementia exhibits behaviors such as disrobing in public, which goes against local community norms in their usual conduct, it's essential to approach situation with understanding and empathy. Often individuals with dementia may be unaware that their actions are inappropriate. To address this began by seeking to uncover the reason behind their behaviors, such as whether they are too hot or they need the bathroom. Maintain a calm and professional demeanor, refraining from overreacting, giggling, or drawing attention to their action. Instead, prioritize the person's dignity by gently redirecting their behavior and providing assistance, such as offering a blanket for coverage or guiding them to a more private area where they can address their needs in a respectful and discreet manner. This approach ensures a compassionate response while preserving the individual dignity and well being. It's non edible substances and objects. Some dementia people they eat whatever they get. It doesn't matter it's a food or a plant or a rock, it doesn't matter, they just eat it. When a person with dementia exhibits the behavior of consuming non edible substance such as plants, paper, it's crucial to approach the situation with care and concern. Instead of immediately reacting, first attempt to understand their underlying needs. Is the person hungry or mistaking the non food item for something edible? By investigating the root cause and seeking to fulfill their needs in a safe and appropriate manner, you can address this behavior more effectively. This approach not only helps prevent potential harm, but also promotes the individual's overall well being by ensuring they receive the necessary care and support. Hallucinations and delusions. When a person with dementia experiences hallucinations and delusion, it's important to recognize that these experiences are very real, even if it's not real for us, and potentially distressing for them. To respond effectively, begin by assessing the situation. Is the hallucination or delusion safe, upsetting, or placing the person in a harm way? Are they frightened by it? Seeking medical guidance is often necessary to determine whether the medication may be needed or if existing medication could be contributing to these experiences. In your interaction, it's crucial not to argue with the individual or attempt to convince them that they are seeing, hearing, smelling, or believing is not real. Instead, provide reassurance through kind words and gentle touch, offering comfort and support to help alleviate their distress and create a safe and calming environment. This approach prioritizes the person's emotions, well being, and ensure they feel understood, they care for. To effectively address hallucinations or delusions in individuals with dementia, it's essential to look into underlying cause and meaning behind these experiences. Understanding what the situation presents to the person can be insightful and guide your response. Additionally, consider improving lighting in the dim areas to reduce confusion about objects in the dark. When individuals' emotional state is stable, calm instruction can be a valuable tool. Redirect their focus to alternative activities like listening to music, engaging in a conversation, or indulging in art or drawing. Maintaining a familiar environment, especially when the person needs to relocate, help minimize changes and provide comfort. For practical assistance, provide spare keys, purses, or glasses that can be easily replaced. When misplaced, reduce frustration. In some cases, employing gentle deception may be necessary to manage situation without causing distress. Throughout your interaction, regular assess for potential changes, and if a situation poses an immediate risk, do not hesitate to call 911 to ensure the individual safety and well-being. Inappropriate toilet activity. Before I go there, I like to mention I know a client who has dementia. I never know he has hallucination or delusions, but I remember he puts the light in everywhere in the house, living room, bedroom, kitchen, dining room, everywhere. The light has to be put on for him to sit in a living room and watch TV. I was really, it's amazing. Inappropriate toileting or menses activity. This is when dealing with a person with dementia who engage in inappropriate toileting and menses related activities such as smearing or urinating in unsuitable places. It's crucial to approach the situation with sensitivity. One key aspect is to anticipate their needs and timing. Allow you to assist them in a way that preserves their dignity without overreacting. Consider assessing the environment to make it user friendly as possible. This may involve removing the bathroom door to ensure they can see, or providing clear visibility of the toilet, or you can paint it or you can change the color, or addressing any potential confusion, like opening random doors when they are in search for a bathroom. That's their confusion. This thoughtful adjustment can help maintain their comfort and minimizing distressing behaviors associated with dementia related challenging in toileting and menstrual activity. Enduring self. It's very endures herself. When a person with dementia causing self injury, which can encompass both behaviors with suicidal intent and those involving self mutilation, such as head banging, self choking, poking oneself in the eyes, it's essential to approach the situation with care. The first step to truly investigate what might be triggering this behavior include considering any existing mental health diagnosis. In such situations, your primary responsibility is to safeguard the individual even from self inflicted harm. This entails taking proactive measures to prevent injury, providing appropriate supervision and intervention, and seeking professional guidance or assistance as needed. By prioritizing their safety and well being, you can better address and mitigate these challenging behaviors associated with dementia. Intimidating or threatening. Some dementia people are like that. You can see over here, all of them are like intimidating or threatening. When dealing with a person with dementia who displays intimidating or threatening behaviors, which can encompass actions such as using threatening gestures, adopting an aggressive stance without physical contact, shouting angrily, or hurling personal insults or using offensive language, it's essential to prioritize safety and well being of those affected. Your responsibility lies in protecting the individuals who may be intimidated or threatened by these actions. It's crucial to recognize that having dementia does not grant someone the right to intimidate or threaten others. While dementia may contribute behavior changes and challenges, it does not excuse harmful behavior toward others. Therefore, interventions and support should be in place to ensure the person is safe. This is a mood swing. If you can see, she has two faces. She's sad and she laughs at the same time. Individuals with dementia often experience mood swings characterized by sudden and rapid shift in their emotions. This mood swing can manifest as abrupt changes with periods of tearfulness, alternating with moments of laughter, sometimes without any apparent reason. Such fluctuations in mood are a common aspect of dementia and can be challenging for both affected individuals and their caregivers. Understanding managing these mood swings with patience and empathy is essential to provide the best possible care and support. Repetitive anxious complaints or questions. When I see this subject, I remember a lady I was hired as a new employee, and the first thing I know in that building was the ladies' room because she keeps coming and asking everybody, well, what's my room number? Number two. What's my room number? No, everybody tell her a room number, and I get to learn that her room is number two. That's the first thing I learned in that company. Her room number is number two because she keeps asking the same questions again and again. Individuals with dementia may frequently exhibit repetitive and anxious complaints or questions, often unrelated to health concerns. This can encompass persistent seeking of attention and reassurance regarding various aspects like schedules, meals, laundry, clothing, relationship issues. To effectively address the behavior, it's essential to look beyond the surface and explore whether there might be an unmet need driving these repetitions. In your interaction, be prepared to respond repetitively, showing patience and active listening. This approach helps create a supportive and reassurance environment, allowing the individual to express their concerns and find comfort in your response. Understanding the underlying reasons for their repetitive questions and complaints and providing consistent care and reassurance can significantly enhance their overall well being and quality of life. Repetitive physical movements and pacing. So I kind of put a circle here and I put the person here. It's the same thing. He goes around, he comes around, it goes around. It doesn't have to be in a circle, but they move repetitive pacing, come and go, come and go. Usually the same pattern. Individuals with dementia often exhibit a repetitive physical movement and pacing behaviors such as hand washing, fidgeting, restlessness, picking at their body, and clothing. To address these actions, it's important to engage the person in purposeful activities that can redirect their focus and energy. This might involve simple tasks like folding napkins or preparing for their next activity, helping them find a sense of purpose and accomplishment. In the case of pacing, ensure that the environment is safe to accommodate their movement and consider creating rest area to encourage brief stops for rest. Providing snacks and fluids can be easily accessed, while on the move can help maintain their hydration and energy levels. Additionally, consider whether their repetitive actions may be linked to anxiety. If so, resistive to care with words and gestures. As you can see, he's resistive. No, go away. That's what he's saying. Individuals with dementia often exhibit resistance to care throughout both words and gestures. This resistance can manifest when they refuse medications, assistance with daily activities, or help with eating and medical treatment. To address this resistance effectively, it's crucial to have a deep understanding of the individual preference and needs. When faced with the resistance, consider offering choices whenever possible to empower the person and give them a sense of control over their care. By tailoring your approach to the individual's unique characteristics and needs, you can navigate these challenges more effectively, promoting a more cooperative and respectful caregiving relationship. Rummage through or takes belonging of others. As you can see, this lady was rummaging. Maybe she's rummaging. Maybe she's taking something, but it's not hers. Individuals with dementia may exhibit behaviors where they rummage through or take belonging of others without appropriate consent, such as going through someone else's drawers or looking through and taking their mail. It's not nice, really. A lot of people get upset by it. To manage this behavior with sensitivity and respect, consider creating a designated space for the individuals to explore and rummage safely. Offer them a situation for this purpose to satisfy their curiosity and need for tactile engagement. It's essential to take items away. It's essential not to take items away from the individual immediately. as this can lead to frustration and distress. Instead, make a mental note and retrieve the items later if necessary. You don't have to take it right away. They just take it later when they don't see. By providing a designated space and allowing them to explore within certain boundaries, you can better accommodate their behaviors while respecting their dignity and preserving their sense of autonomy. Another behavior is seeking vulnerable sexual partner. In some cases, a person with dementia may exhibit inappropriate sexual behaviors, which can involve seeking out vulnerable sexual partners. These behaviors can encompass instances of deliberate sexual violence, such as directing sexual feeling toward children, siblings, family members, or others, including instances of rape. When providing care for someone with dementia, it's paramount to prioritize their protection and well being. It's crucial to be acutely aware of each individual level of dementia and their ability to provide informed consent. Understanding their cognitive capacity and judgment capabilities is essential when addressing and managing inappropriate sexual behaviors, ensuring their rights and safety are upheld while also considering the welfare of potential victims. The complex issue requires a delicate balance of care, supervision, and potentially very important, sexually acting out. Sexually acting out, as you can see, this is inappropriate. When individuals with dementia may engage in sexually inappropriate behavior, which often characterized by acting out sexually, it's important to note these actions are typically not driven by an intent to victimize others. Instead, the individuals may exhibit such behaviors due to their conditions, and they are often aware that these actions are inappropriate. It's essential to distinguish these situations from individuals who engage in a private masturbation, as the context and intent are different significantly. When encountering sexually inappropriate behavior in someone with dementia, it's crucial to approach the situation with sensitivity and understanding and taking appropriate measures to address and manage the behavior while prioritizing the individual dignity and well-being. As you see here, this guy is spitting. This is another problem. Individuals with dementia may display spitting behavior, which can be inappropriate and directed toward various surfaces or people. It's really nasty. To address this behavior effectively, it's advisable to provide the individual with an appropriate receptacle for spitting, such as a designated container or tissue. It's just a problem when they don't follow it. It's all over the house. Offering a suitable outlet for this behavior can help minimize its impact on the environment and those around them while maintaining their comfort and dignity. Unrealistic fears or suspicions. People experiencing dementia frequently confront irrational fears and suspicions, which may include expressing anxieties about abandonment, being left alone, or being with others, even when there is no rational or logical bias for these concerns. In such situations, it's crucial to validate the individual feeling and acknowledge their emotions. To provide effective support, it's essential to enter their reality, taking the time to sit down and actively listen to their anxieties and fears. By doing so, caregivers can establish trust, offer reassurance, and foster a sense of comfort for the individuals, ultimately enhancing their emotional well being, overall quality of life. Unsafe smoking is another behavior. As you can see, this lady is smoking, but the ashtray is full and it's all over the table. That's not safe. Individuals with dementia may engage in unsafe smoking behaviors, such as burning cigarettes down to their fingertips, smoking in authorized area, not using ashtrays or containers, and even smoking while using oxygen. These actions demand immediate attention due to the potential risks that's involved. It's crucial to assess whether the individual has been evaluated for safe smoking practice and refrain from taking action without due considerations. The responsibility lies in ensuring the person's safety while being mindful of their rights and residence. Caregivers should be familiarize themselves with these rights while diligently maintaining a balance between safety and respecting the individual autonomy. Up at night when others are sleeping is another problem. When a person with dementia is active during night time, when others are sleeping, that requires intervention. It can encompass various behaviors, including being awake and calling out without getting out of bed. That's one. And the second one is being awake and out of bed, moving around and disturbing the environment of others. In such cases, it's important to consider potential underlying factors. First, assess whether the behavior may be related to delirium or any illness, as this can disrupt sleep pattern. Also explore the person's past, such as whether they work night shift, which could influence their current sleep pattern. Understanding the individual unique patterns and norms is crucial. Sometimes a behavior that may seem unusual could be a long-standing aspect of their personality or habits. Verbally abusive. Individuals with dementia may exhibit verbal abuse, including threats, screaming, curse directly at the family member or others. It's essential to assess whether there is a recurrent pattern to the behavior and to consider what events or circumstances led up to this outburst. And in response to such situations, taking a time out and returning later can be a helpful strategy for both the individual with dementia and those providing care. Wandering and in exit seeking. This is the famous one with the dementia. Wandering in individuals with dementia often involved aimless movement without an apparent rational purpose. Those who wander may not be consciously aware of their physical and safety needs, and their behavior frequently centers around seeking an exit or trying to leave the property. It's crucial to recognize that wandering typically signifies an underlying unmet need. When faced with wandering behavior, it's beneficial to consider what the person is attempting to achieve. They might be trying to return to a familiar place, their former home, workplace. Where do they want to go? To manage the situation, redirection or distraction can be useful when the individual is calm. It's also valuable to delve into the person's history to understand if wandering has been a part of their past. If an individual expresses desire to go home, validation and redirection can be more effective than simply stating they are already home. For instance, you might say, I want to go home too, but before we go, can you help me with this or can you tell me about your home? This distracts their idea and they forget about going home. Engaging in conversation can provide insight into the unmet needs, prompting their wander behaviors, and help address those needs more effectively. I think we finished all the behaviors that are listed in the book. These are the references that I have used. Thank you very much. Have a